tend to go everybody on their own side. And one thing we've done is remain together through adversity, and it will only get us stronger. And I keep saying it, and I keep telling to them, I'm a bit crazy, but I keep telling to them that if we get in, we're winning this. I have no doubt in my mind, zero. The difficult part is how are we going to get on those top four? And for now, it starts one day at a time. There's no tomorrow for us. Every game is a game 7 for us. Every game is an elimination game. And if we face them like this to the end of the year, we would have 7 elimination games before any of the other teams have 1 elimination game. So this is preparing us for what's coming. We know we're really far from where we want to be, but I thought this week gave us hope.
To your point, can you speak to the advantage of playing these 6-7 straight elimination games versus Atlanta, who I think clinched about 5 minutes after the league began?
I think adversity makes you great, and I think our team has gone through a lot of adversity, and it depends on how you challenge yourself at facing that adversity. I thought we've been respectful. We give credit to where credit's due. When people beat us, they beat us because they played better than us, not because we were bad. And I think this adversity will always make you better. What doesn't kill you make you stronger. Sounds cliche, but it is what it is, and we're taking that really deep in our heart and working hard to try to get there. And every win we get is one step closer to our first goal. It's try to be on those top 4. And again, when you face adversity and elimination games over and over again, when that real elimination comes, it's just another game for you, and when that game comes, it's about putting pressure to that team that has never been on that spot, and then watch them react and see how they go. We will know that we will be ready when it comes, but it's far, far, far away, that conversation. So our main goal is this is in the past. Tomorrow recovery, get hard, go to the gym, get ready, and get ready for another week. We need another 2 victories next week, and we're going to try to aim for it.
Ryan, you had 39 assists today. Obviously, you've been splitting time with Torrey, but how do you go about mainly building chemistry with someone like Raynel or somebody like Kemba who's so new into the team? How do you always kind of seem to put yourself in the right position on the floor to get those assists?
I think it all comes from practice. We're working really, really hard practice, spending time with middle, spending time also with Kendall. She loves those reps. And me and Tori, we push each other really, really hard as well. It's a healthy competition, and yeah, I think today the 39 assists, I give it to the middles, because even though maybe they didn't get set a lot, they were pulling their middles all the time, and they were on the air all the time. That's very difficult, and also to our passing. Our passing was great. So when we have passing there, we have middles that are always in the air, makes it easy for us. But all attackers as well, they went and killed the ball every time. I think we were very aggressive, and that is something we've been talking and working. And I think those 39 is the whole team together.
And you being a young player, how has it helped your development being around these veterans?
Yeah, I guess the biggest thing is learning from what they can teach me as much as they can. Sometimes I'm a little stingy when it comes to, learning new things when it comes to blocking per se, but I'm learning to take a step back because they are professionals and they do know volleyball and they know the game a lot better than I do. So I love that they're teaching me and they're not afraid to correct me. They're not afraid to tell me what's wrong because, it's hard. Volleyball's hard. So those little details that I can keep on fixing with them are going to help me a lot, and they know that they can do that for me.
Right now, we were talking a little bit before we got going about kind of the energy that the crowd brought to the game, and maybe to all of you guys here. It's 2 p.m. It's not necessarily known as a raucous time of the day, but the crowd really gave you guys that extra judge to get past Grand Rapids. Can you talk a little bit about their impact and how they really kind of carried you forward throughout the afternoon?
Yeah, we have to give credit to our fans. They're absolutely insane when it comes to Ivania serving, and the way that they're shocked by just the serve that we see every single day is probably the best thing ever. Whenever we have our little cheers, we hear the promotion team also feeding off of that. So we create a really strong and fun environment for us to help to beat the opposite team.
Coach, one thing about the day, you guys got off to a good start in every match, which is really tough to do.
Yeah, we spoke about it. We've been speaking about it for the last 10 days. Usually we were playing catch up most of the time. We had a slow starts and always trying to catch up. We almost every time catch up, but then that at the end doesn't translate to winning or losing. So I've been challenging our players to have better starts of set and let the other team play catch up and see how they do. I thought today we did it. I thought in the last game, in the first set, we did it, and they came back and they tied us. It didn't happen then on the third and fourth set, and I thought that we carried it to today. And I'm a believer that if you win those mini battles within the set, it's difficult for you to lose. So at the moment, we're challenging ourselves to be first to 8, to be first to 15, to be first to 20, and to finish up strong at 25. And it's not rocket science, it's math. If you do that, if you win to 8, to 15, to 20, you have a 90% chance to win the set. So we believe in it, and we're working towards that. Hopefully, same thing happens in our next game. And, I think good starts are really important for our young team to believe in themselves.
Also, how did it help you guys by them not having Dimitrova today?
I don't care. They could have Dimitrova, whoever they have there. We've had our troubles also. What I do care is that they didn't respect us. That team came last night, didn't practice. That team didn't practice this morning. They thought they were going to come here and beat us again like they've done before. And we were ready. Team sports are like this. What if Dimitrova can't play the rest of the game or the year? We had a season-ending injury of one of our players. Then who's next up? So I'm not a fan of excuses. I've taken a lot of defeats here without my full team, and I've always give credit to the other team. So if Dimitrova is not ready, whoever needs to pick up the slack for her needs to do a better job. So what I really felt is a bit of disrespect on how they manage this game against us. And who knows? They believe they're in already. We'll see.
But then there was another team this year that did that same thing, right?
And they ended up losing also. I'm really proud of what I bring to the table. I'm really proud of my team. I'm really proud of what we do, even if we're losing. And I really respect our job. And our job is to be prepared as much as we can every single day. It doesn't matter if we're winning or losing. So I felt disrespected by their coaching staff since yesterday. And I make sure that my team do that when we go out there and show, if you want to come here, you better bring your A game and respect us, or if not, you're going to get the hell out of here.
Coach, to that point, though, Friday night with what they experienced with the tornado warnings, spending time in a shelter, obviously not getting out to Saturday morning. Are you worried at all about being insensitive to what they experienced and or just outright offending them with what you just said?
I'm not offending anybody. I'm speaking the truth. They disrespected us. That's the result they get. I'm not offended by anybody. We had same situations where we play in San Diego, had to travel all the way here to play the next day at 2 p.m. And we arrived at 6 p.m. and we trained. And next morning we trained. We ended up losing, but we're respecting our job. And that's what it's all about. We felt disrespected. I'm not throwing anything out there to them. I just felt they didn't take us seriously because they have beat us 3-0 the last 3 games. And things changed through the course of the season. And I think we're building and they're crumbling. So we'll see how that works.
Right. When you set an offense and you have somebody like Kendall Kemp that you can go to all the time, how do you balance that a little bit? Because you don't want to set her every single ball. So talk about what it's like to be the quarterback and distribution of your sets.
I think first starts by watching video of what the other team is doing and a little bit of feeling the game as well. Mm-hmm. How to get our middles involved in specific situations, not necessarily like build the system around Kendall, but also having Kendall in our system because she's our main attacker as of right now. So yeah, it's more of like feeling the game, see what the other block is doing, and try to put everyone in a good situation.
You guys had some really fantastic volleys today, where it looked like you were going to lose the ball, and then somehow miraculously you get it over to the other side. How much push and momentum does that give you throughout the game to be like, all right, we're going to hit the gas even that much harder?
That's what we've been working in practice. Yes. It cost us 2 points. That's what we think. No tip land because it costs us 2 points instead of 1, and that's what keeps us going. So when we see one player going for it, everyone's fills up with that, and everyone wants to hit the floor and get the ball up and give us more opportunities inside the game.
In saying that, today, even more so, it looked like you managed to close some of the holes that were being exploited by other teams. Was that more of just more awareness, or did you just specifically practice kind of different movement?
Plan.
Actually,
The plan
the
here.
plan.
Yes, it was all. I think we did a great job of following the plan that our coaches established. They didn't sleep yesterday, and they did not sleep by watching Grand Rapids game. They stay up all night for us to have our information since yesterday. So yeah, that's what we did. We just followed the plan that they gave us. We're trusting the plan because they're doing a great job with that, and they've been responsible with that. Then we need to be responsible as well as following the plan.
You guys know that there are some stats that don't show up on the stat sheet. Can you guys talk about somebody like Valeria who had, I believe, 3 consecutive digs from next to impossible angles that you guys ended up getting points? I think it was the 20th point of set two, if I remember correctly. Just 3 heavy balls that she got, and she saved that you guys ended up finishing it off. What's it like knowing that you guys are doing your work in the net, but you guys are also getting some work behind you as well?
Yeah, the biggest thing as a blocker is knowing the people behind you and you can trust them and communicating on what we're going to be blocking. We worked a lot on communication on what we're going to be blocking, the person across the net, and what we want to block versus what we want our defenders to defend. So on how all credits to that, because if it wasn't for the communication with that, then we would be blocking, ball versus us trying to take a line. So that gives Val like a much better read of the game, and it gives a much better chance of, getting a block or just getting an offensive kill.
Yeah, there's so many times like you're channeling the ball into Valeria, right, or even Megan Courtney. So when do you decide when you're going to go for the stuff block and when are we going to channel, or is it just a situational thing or a player thing that you're blocking against?
Yeah, it's both, honestly. The situational could be when they're not usually in their regular lineup of an approach. So if the ball is off the net a little bit, or if the ball is just, I guess, a little bit too tight to the net, that's when things change. But when things are regular, that's when we need to trust our process, because if we don't, then that'll just mess up the whole back row and the sequence of the game.
Coach, you talked about a lot just kind of throughout your comments about just the mental toughness of this team. We've seen this team lose 6 in a row. We've seen this team now win 3 in a row. What specifically mentally has turned around for this team between, the losing streak and obviously now the winning streak?
Well, we before that 7 losing streak, we were in a 4-game winning streak. And like I said at the beginning, when you win, you don't see your mistakes. You tend to ignore that you're not playing the right way. And we were not playing the right way when we were winning at the beginning of the year. It ended up costing us in that part. And again, it's about resilience. Mental toughness is about that. It's about grit. It's about how you face what's happening to you. And I think we, as a group, decided that nothing will fluster us. We could lose the next 15 games, and still we will show the same grit, same resilience, same passion, same responsibility with our job. And that's how you build mental toughness. You don't build mental toughness when you go 16-4 in a season. You build mental toughness when you're down, when you're out, nobody's counting you in, and you believe in your small group that we're not out. That's when you start preaching resilience, preaching mental toughness, and making these people believe that we're going to get it. And again, our 2 mottos are, don't count us out just yet, and we're here to make something happen. We still have the opportunity to do both of them, and it's all in our hands. And we'll take that. We'll take the ball in our court. We'll go to work, and hopefully it will turn out for us.
Coach, how is it for you as a coach that have so much depth on this team?
It's a headache, but it's a good headache to have. It's great to have options when things don't go your way. That's what team sports are, and for me, this is the ultimate team sport. You don't get to grab the ball and think. You have to go off touches. So you have to believe in everybody around you. And we firmly believe that whoever's on the bench can come in and do the same job or a better job of whoever's on the court. As you said, Ryan has been struggling with injuries, with a lot of stuff, and we've been trying to manage her and trying to get her as healthy as possible and back as possible. And in that meantime, Tori was playing very volleyball, and her last couple of days, last 10 days, she's been our best hitter, not only in the court but in practice, and she now deserves to be the player who's playing. So Same happens with the middle. Same happened with Janasia. She came in when Reagan was sick and did a phenomenal job for us for 2-3 games. She was struggling in the last game. Lucky enough, we had somebody like Reagan on the bench that could come in and carry us again. And if Reagan again will struggle, or Megan, or whoever, it's great to have people in the bench that can come up and do the job. We try to build a good team, not good 6 players, because we're gonna need from 1 to 14.
Coach, you guys were dominating each set tonight. It looked like by you dominating, you guys put pressure on Grand Rapids, and it looked like it was wearing them down. Was that sort of in the game plan of wearing them down?
Yeah, I thought from the start we wanted to be really, really, really aggressive with our serve over Claire, number 9. We believe that if she's not in the court, they don't have a chance to win. That's our belief on our side of the court. So our main goal was trying to get her either out of the court, or to have her struggle and think again and not make her easy to get her points. I thought we did a phenomenal job with her serve, and then we were very disciplined with her block. She usually has a lot of outs, tipping, pushing the ball, all that kind of junk, and we were able to recover all that. And when you have a player that's not able to find a hole in the court, making point, and it's not doing good in reception, all of a sudden it's like quicksand. Everything goes bad. And that's what happened to her today. I thought we had the same situation in the last game in Orlando against Adora. Our main responsibility was to take her out of the court. We couldn't take her out of the court physically, but mentally she was not there after the second set, and that's what happens to us for the last 2 sets against Orlando. So I thought our aggression showed today from our serve. That gave us better opportunity to put our block defense, and I thought we were really, 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 really responsible on transition offense. We produced 55 digs, and we converted 55% of those. And that's an impressive number, like really impressive for volleyball. So I'm really excited because that's what we've been preaching and practicing the whole week. So for that to come out in the game, it makes sense for us then that what we're doing and all the sacrifice that we're doing, are worth it. So,
And this is for all 3 of you guys. How crucial it is towards the end of the season, knowing you guys control your destiny, to have the respect all but fear none mentality.
I think
We really are focusing on our culture and how we're building, and also in a rebuilding process as well. So we understand that, like I know talked about, we need to have 1 to 14 players ready to go. So for us to have that fear none factor, it's about, I guess, Tori, for example, when she came to our team, we understood that there's another player from another team joining us, and we also have trades from other people from overseas, and also Kendo coming in a little bit later in the season. So us building and us having that foundation of don't fear anybody, like Anna says all the time, with the knife in the mouth, you just have to have that beast mentality because it's fun. It's a fun game. So, why not have fun, kick a little, booty, and I guess just enjoy the game with, some intensity behind it. So that's my take on that.
I agree on everything she's saying. No, again, it all comes from practice, and we're going one at a time. We know the goal that we have that we established, even when we were down. We kept talking about that same goal every single day, and I think everyone's starting to believe in building in his boat, especially because he never stopped believing in us. So when you have a coach that continues to believe in us, even when we are almost on the floor and everyone wants to step on us, that gives you strength as a team and as a group. And when you have teammates like Kendall that always brings a smile to the team, like right now that always brings her energy and everyone's feed ups of that. With Valeria, she's little but she has a lot of attitude in it. And everyone feeds off of that, it makes it really, really fun.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Though she is small, she is mighty.
Spicy. It's Puerto Rican, man.
How fast?
Thank you.
What is it like looking down the
How-
barrel